at such short notice, but we are gathered here today because we have exciting news to announce for everyone who lives in and pays taxes in San Bernardino County. And that is that a few hours ago, the County of San Bernardino and its flood control district, San Bernardino Associated Governments, City of Upland, and the California Department of Transportation reached a universal settlement in what has been known as the Colonies indemnity litigation. This is a universal walkaway settlement that allows us to stop paying attorneys and put the taxpayers' dollars back to use on infrastructure projects, transportation, and flood control projects. It also, and I think just as important, allows us to begin to heal the wounds that have developed between the county and its cities and be able to move forward to accomplish our county vision and improve our quality of life. I'd like now to have Mayor Pat Morris, who is representing Sandbag, share a few words.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I hold before me, and now before you, a 10-page settlement agreement and mutual release. As the chairman has said, this puts to bed an agonizing relationship, or a burr in the saddle of our relationship that has become more and more of a cancer. And that has now been excised from our policy lives, and we move forward. Sandbag is delighted to be able to say it is done. And we can, as we have been working on, Madam Chair, this idea of a countywide vision plan for the last 2 years, we can move forward with some great enthusiasm and optimism that we can, as a county board and as the mayors of 24 cities, embrace that in its entirety without any sense that there's any prohibition that kind of collaboration and cooperation. So thank you to you and your colleagues, all of you. Thank you very much on behalf of all the mayors in the cities. And we'll let the mayor of Upland, who was particularly concerned about this situation, speak on behalf of the city of Upland, who was the named defendant in this case, Mayor Musser.
Greetings to you. It is indeed an honor to be here today. It's been a long journey. Upland has gone through many, many changes in the last several years, and our net worth or our reserves have been free-falling just until last night, and it seems to be a God thing that this event happened today. Our reserves were only 900,000, 910,000 to be more accurate in November, and we project in June 30th to be 1,100,000, which means they're leveling. That's a good sign. When just 6 years ago, we were 20 million. Now we can forget that. Now is another bonus of this money being spent in the right things at the right time. We have a lot of roads that really, really need repairing. We have homeless people that we need to care for, many things. So we are very, very pleased. We have 3 new councilmen in the last 2 years, and they are anxious, very anxious to have a new start. This is it, and it is behind us, and congratulations, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. As you can tell, we're all pretty giddy about this, and I would be happy to take questions.
Are you guys going to go after what's the next course? You guys going to go after Colonies for the reimbursement now, or how is it going to work? I heard something about going after the insurance companies. I mean, what are the terms? How is this going to work now in terms of reimbursement that you're seeking?
Sure. The county does have an insurance case. We do have a confidentiality agreement with the insurer, so we're not at this point able to disclose too much of that, other than to say the county did have insurance coverage. We have made progress with getting that coverage enacted, but we are still in litigation and can't at this point go into the details on that. This is a very complex matter. It's not just this civil indemnity case, it's not just the insurance case, and it's not just any potential action against the colonies. We have to remember that there's a criminal case going on, and I have full confidence that the district attorney and attorney general are pursuing what they need to do to bring justice in that case, and the county board of supervisors will continue to look at options as it might relate in any civil litigation outside of our fellow taxpayer entities.
What do you make of Judge Prager's comments that we should go after Colonies?
understand the judge's view. As I said, this is a very complex matter, and this Board of Supervisors has been thoroughly discussing all options, as you well know, since we frustrated you with closed session after closed session, and we will continue to discuss those options. The breakthrough, frankly, was a new Board of Supervisors with new intents, a new way of looking at this litigation, a new desire to improve our relationships with our cities, with Sandbag, with Caltrans, and a desire to put this behind us and be able to move forward. And so it was really...
These board members, including the new members of the board, have spent so much time in closed session with legal counsel, it was my thought that they probably could qualify to take the bar exam.
Well, if this experience taught me anything, it's that I would never want to do that.
So what's going to come now, or how do you guys work it out the other three defendants in this case on the issue of liability against the storm drains, and who's taking responsibility for what?
So that we don't get them confused, the county is taking ownership of the 20th Street storm drain. The city of Upland is taking ownership of the 19th Street storm drain. Everyone agrees to pay their own attorney's fees.
How would you say to taxpayers about what did they get out of 9 years of litigation and $51 million in
I would say I absolutely share their frustration and their anxiety over this. It was certainly one of my highest priorities when I got elected 2 years ago to look at how we could stop the bleeding and return to spending that money on projects that the taxpayers actually care about. And I'm pleased today that we're able to stand here and say we've gotten there. The Board of Supervisors vote? We were unanimous. When did we take that vote? Now that's asking for something. We've been on so often. I don't remember. It's, this has been a cumulative process of building and negotiating with our compatriots and reaching a consensus.
Does the criminal case factor in pretty well in terms of how that moves forward or how the county moves forward? I mean, this is essentially ends it, I know, but...
Yeah. The Board of Supervisors has nothing to do with the criminal case. Again, that's the District Attorney and the Attorney General. I believe they've gotten approval by the Supreme Court to hear some of the matters, and that's proceeding on its own course that has nothing to do with the five of us. Do we have copies of the agreement? We have one copy. I'm sure we can find a copy machine inside.
I can get you a copy. I can give mine to the chair, and she can take it upstairs. And at the county expense, have it copied and give it to you.
Put it in the city library.
Done. Follow me upstairs inside. We'll take care of it. All right. Anybody else have anything they'd like to say? Nope.
Well, let me just say something real quick. Just real quick. Would like to just add that from the very beginning, and I will bring Supervisor Ovitt forward, because we are the only two supervisors, seated supervisors now, that were here at the time that this lawsuit started. And with that institutional knowledge of the machinations and the internal breakdown of many communication projects that we were working on simultaneously, whether we were wearing our Sandbag hat or our Omnitrans hat and dealing with Caltrans, we saw that there was a better way for us to do business in San Bernardino County. And I want everyone to know that as far as I am concerned, that this is the right thing to do. This is something that I believe the San Bernardino County taxpayer can be very proud and understand the value that one election can make, in which through our colleagues' support and the accumulated direction, the support of the direction to resolve these issues brought about this resolution and this day. And we're blessed, and I praise and I thank my colleagues for all the hard work, and I thank Sandbag, I thank Caltrans, Dr. Wolf, you did a yeoman's job of coming through for us, and Mayor Musser and Mayor Pat Morris. I can't tell you how appreciative I am that we now have an opportunity to start looking at new projects and bringing about a revitalization not only of our agencies, but of the projects that have been on the clothesline to be brought forth, and that means more jobs. Thank you.
And if I might, I'll just say very quickly, I really tip my hat to the Sandbag representatives, which is, of course, all the 24 cities, most of which are mayors, but a few are not, I know. And they have worked along with us on transportation projects and, of course, with flood control outside of that purview, but part of what we do together as cities and county. We've continued to work all along, even though we've had this difficult lawsuit that's been looming overhead. So I appreciate their willingness to commitment and the team, the camaraderie that we've had all along, and I look forward to a much better future with more dollars that we can use towards those very vital and important projects. So thank you.
So I think, we'll take a turn at it since my other colleagues are. But I think it really is a sign that the current Board of Supervisors is willing to work together and to tackle the tough issues that face the county as a whole. And certainly this has gone on for over 9 years of taxpayers' money, and sometimes the relationship has been strained. But after today, you're going to see that the relationship now will only grow, and the benefit will be to the taxpayers that now you have the County Board of Supervisors, Sandbag, Caltrans, and the City of Upland all working together in unison to create infrastructure and a robust economy for San Bernardino County. And I can't say enough that the current Board of Supervisors is working together in a unanimous appeal to this settlement agreement here today. Again, thank you.
All right. Thank you for being here today on such short notice.
Said well.